Most first conversations don't fail because of rejection. They fail because people unknowingly create pressure instead of connection. If you understand these 8 psychological behaviors, you won't just start conversations better, you'll become someone people naturally feel comfortable talking to. When talking to a girl for the first time, your emotional energy matters more than your actual words. Psychology shows that humans quickly read emotional signals before they analyze conversation content. If you appear overly rehearsed, tense, or desperate to impress, the brain often interprets it as social pressure. Calm presence, on the other hand, signals safety and confidence without needing to prove anything. Approach naturally instead of creating a dramatic moment or building it up too much in your mind. A simple greeting delivered with relaxed body language often creates stronger first impressions than complicated openers. Maintain natural posture rather than stiff or exaggerated movements. Speak at a normal pace instead of rushing because rushing signals anxiety subconsciously. Emotional regulation communicates maturity and self-control, which people naturally find comforting. Many individuals feel more comfortable when interactions feel effortless rather than intense. Avoid trying to appear cool or dominant because forced personas create emotional distance. Authenticity activates trust faster than performance behavior. Your tone should feel conversational, not interview-like or overly serious. Smiling slightly can make your presence feel welcoming without seeming forced. Eye contact should feel brief and natural rather than intense or staring. Confidence is often perceived as comfort with yourself, not control over the conversation. When your energy feels stable, the other person's brain relaxes and becomes more open socially. People mirror emotional states subconsciously, meaning calmness often creates calmness. The goal is to create ease, not to impress instantly. First impressions are usually emotional memories rather than logical evaluations. Psychology research shows that context creates familiarity and reduces social awkwardness. Starting conversations based on shared surroundings feels safer and more natural. For example, commenting on an event, location, or shared activity builds immediate relevance. Random compliments can sometimes feel rehearsed or appearance-focused, which may create discomfort. Context openers allow conversations to feel mutual rather than one-sided. They give the other person an easy entry point to respond without pressure. Situational conversations activate cooperative communication rather than evaluation. Mentioning something happening around you creates shared attention, which strengthens connection. It reduces the feeling that someone is being approached purely based on looks. People often feel more comfortable when conversations feel spontaneous rather than targeted. Observational openers show awareness and social intelligence. They demonstrate that you are present in the moment rather than focused only on outcome. Conversations rooted in environment naturally lead to follow-up topics. They also reduce rejection anxiety because they feel casual instead of personal immediately. Mutual experiences create faster bonding compared to isolated compliments. When someone feels included in a shared moment, they psychologically lower social defenses. Compliments can still be used later once comfort is established. Early conversation should focus on connection rather than admiration. Comfort builds attraction more reliably than instant praise. Natural conversation beginnings often lead to longer, smoother interactions. Curiosity signals interest, but excessive questioning can feel like pressure. Healthy conversation flows like exchange rather than investigation. Ask open-ended questions that invite expression rather than short answers. Questions that explore opinions or experiences create deeper engagement. Avoid rapid-fire questioning because it creates social tension. Give space for responses instead of jumping to the next topic quickly. People feel valued when they sense genuine interest in their thoughts. Active listening plays a stronger role than asking many questions. Responding to what someone says shows emotional attentiveness. Follow-up questions signal that you are mentally present in the conversation. Curiosity should feel warm rather than analytical. Allow moments of natural silence because constant talking can feel overwhelming. Silence often gives space for reflection and comfort. Balanced conversations include both speaking and listening equally. Social psychology shows that people feel closer to individuals who allow them to express themselves freely. Avoid overly personal or sensitive questions during first conversations. Keep topics light but meaningful enough to allow personality expression. Curiosity should communicate respect, not evaluation. People remember conversations where they felt heard more than conversations where someone talked well. Connection grows through shared dialogue, not information gathering. Mirroring behavior is a powerful psychological bonding tool. Humans naturally feel comfortable with individuals who subtly match their communication style. Observe how fast or slow she speaks and adjust naturally. If someone speaks softly, lowering your tone slightly can create emotional alignment. Matching energy levels signals subconscious understanding. Overly high enthusiasm when someone is calm can create discomfort. Similarly, being overly quiet when someone is expressive can create distance. Mirroring should remain subtle rather than obvious imitation. This behavior activates familiarity in social interactions. People tend to trust individuals who communicate in similar emotional rhythms. Pay attention to humor style and conversational structure. If she uses storytelling, responding with short stories can strengthen connection. Emotional matching creates smoother conversation flow. It reduces misunderstandings and awkward pauses. Mirroring also signals empathy and emotional awareness. Humans naturally seek individuals who feel socially predictable. Matching conversational pace creates rhythm in dialogue. It helps conversations feel balanced rather than forced. The goal is to create conversational harmony, not control. Subtle emotional alignment often builds comfort faster than clever conversation techniques. Humor lowers anxiety and increases social warmth. Psychology suggests laughter activates bonding chemicals in the brain. Light, situational humor feels safer than personal jokes. Avoid sarcasm or teasing during first conversations because tone can be misunderstood. Self-aware humor can show confidence without arrogance. It communicates that you do not take yourself too seriously. Humor should feel inclusive rather than directed at someone. Playful observations about shared experiences often work best. Laughter creates shared emotional memories quickly. It transforms conversations from formal interactions into enjoyable moments. People associate positive emotions with individuals who create them. However, humor should never dominate the conversation. Constant joking can make interactions feel shallow or performative. Balance humor with genuine conversation. Timing matters more than joke quality. Natural humor often feels more attractive than rehearsed lines. Comfortable laughter signals emotional safety. Shared humor creates micro moments of connection. People remember how relaxed they felt during conversations more than specific jokes. Humor should feel effortless and supportive rather than attention-seeking. Nonverbal communication influences attraction strongly. Physical distance communicates respect and emotional intelligence. Standing too close too early can trigger subconscious discomfort. Maintain comfortable spacing that feels natural within social norms. Observe body language for signs of engagement or withdrawal. If she leans forward, maintains eye contact, or responds enthusiastically, comfort is likely increasing. If responses become shorter or body orientation shifts away, it may signal reduced interest. Respecting signals builds trust and emotional safety. Ignoring signals often create negative impressions even if words are polite. Social awareness demonstrates maturity and empathy. Comfort should always guide interaction pacing. Allow her to participate equally in maintaining conversation. Avoid interrupting because interruptions reduce perceived respect. Body language should remain open rather than closed or rigid. Relaxed gestures communicate approachability. Respect creates long-term attraction more than intensity. People naturally gravitate toward individuals who make them feel safe. Social sensitivity often signals emotional intelligence. Mutual comfort is the foundation of meaningful interaction. Respectful presence builds stronger impressions than aggressive confidence. Conversation should never feel one-sided. Self-disclosure creates balance and trust. Sharing small personal experiences makes you relatable. It signals openness and emotional authenticity. However, deep or heavy topics should be avoided initially. Light personal stories create familiarity without emotional pressure. People often connect through shared human experiences. Self-disclosure invites the other person to share naturally. Mutual sharing builds conversational rhythm. It prevents conversations from feeling like interviews. Authenticity strengthens emotional bonding. Confidence often appears through comfort with self-expression. Sharing passions or interests reveals personality beyond surface conversation. People remember emotional authenticity more than perfect speech. Balanced vulnerability signals emotional maturity. It shows willingness to engage rather than impress. Stories create memorable conversational moments. They allow personality to appear naturally. Connection grows when conversations feel mutual and human. Trust often begins with small, honest expressions. Ending conversations well often influences future interaction more than the beginning. Psychology shows that people remember how interactions conclude. Recognizing natural conversation endings shows social intelligence. Ending while energy is still positive leaves stronger emotional impressions. Forcing conversations to continue can create fatigue or discomfort. Appreciate the conversation sincerely but briefly. Positive closure creates emotional openness for future interaction. It signals confidence and independence. Leaving space allows curiosity to remain. People often value interactions that feel balanced and respectful. Avoid abrupt endings without acknowledgement. A simple, calm goodbye communicates politeness and emotional awareness. If appropriate, suggesting future conversation can feel natural rather than pressured. Confidence appears through comfort with ending interactions. Emotional pacing builds anticipation rather than exhaustion. Graceful endings demonstrate maturity. They leave conversations feeling complete rather than awkward. Social memory often stores emotional tone rather than conversation details. Positive closure increases likelihood of future comfort. Strong endings transform simple conversations into meaningful impressions. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Mr. Shawnee Psyche, and share your suggestions in the comments. I will reply as soon as possible.